Hello, can you see me and hear me now? Because I had to start all over. Can you hear me and see me now? I had to like reboot it and start over. I don't know what happened. How about now? Is it good now? Can y'all hear me and see me now? Can you all see me and hear me? I had to start over. I don't know what happened. Okay. Lord. Something's trying to keep me from doing my live today, but it's not going to happen. No, I had to. Sometimes with StreamYard, you have to start over. So I had to go back um, and just restart the live. So here we are. Oh my goodness. Only took like 5 minutes to figure out that it so I started it and then it didn't do anything. You couldn't hear me or you couldn't see me. And I was like, why are they not answering me? Why are they cannot hear me and see me? So I was texting back and forth with Wolfie. And she's like, we don't see you or hear you. And I'm like, let me start again. So, Lord. So, how has everybody been? Have y'all been doing good? I hope so. It's been crazy, as you can tell. Oh my gosh. No, Eve, it was like if you've never dealt with StreamYard before, uh sometimes StreamYard will screw you over. I mean, you pay for it and you get screwed over too. But I mean, it's all good. You just have to figure it out. And if you don't get on there like every week and do something, they like boot you out and you have to re-sign back into StreamYard all over again. And it's like, but I pay for you every month. Why do I have to re-sign back into my account? It's a pain. It's a pain. So how has everybody been doing? What y'all been up to? Working? Y'all had any bad weather? I had bad weather. I had some pretty bad weather. Yeah, they do. They do. And then some of the stuff they do, they're like, this is how you figure this out. And you're like, and it's still hard to figure out because you're like, that's not how it's going. That is not how it's going. And StreamYard's expensive. If I mean, they got different packages, but it went up. It used to be like really like used. I don't even know if they still have a free account, but they make the free account where it's nothing. So you have to buy, or you're not. It's not going to do anything for you. It's been terrible, but feeling a little better today. Oh, I'm glad you are feeling better. I know you've been feeling bad. Just hot. It's hot here too. Hot. Right. Yeah. Mhm. 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 So school is out here, and I know in other parts of the United States and stuff, it is still in. I got some nieces and nephews. My other grandkids are still in school, but the kids here have been out. See, well, my oldest grandson that's here, he's been out 2 weeks already, and the youngest was out all this week, so they've been out a week. So school's out, yay! Yes, at least. Yeah, you do. I mean, it really is like that. You can ask Sharon here. You can ask her. She's had StreamYard longer than me, but you can ask her. I mean, it's if you don't go in for like when Mandy finally gets to go live again and she goes in StreamYard, if she hasn't been in there in a while, it will tell her, okay, you have to re-sign in. And then you have to answer all these stupid surveys. And it's like, you don't mind answering surveys, but I probably once a week there will be a survey where it says enter studio where I'm going to go and I'm going to do my live. It'll be enter studio. And I can't enter the studio until I answer those questions. Great. It's crazy. It finished here on Friday too. Yep. Yep. Only a summer day here, but it's messing with my head badly. Yeah, I went from the negatives and to snow to freaking boy. Yeah, yeah, right. Yeah, that quick change in weather. Yep, yep. It's a pain in the butt sometimes. Streamyard. Yeah, because they make money off it. Yeah, yep. Hmm. And now they have done the dual streaming. And that's kind of cool. Well, it is cool because like if Megan comes up here, she can dual stream and she's getting watch time as long, just like I am, and we can share our subscribers. And you may pick up one or two that comes in to check it out, and you may both pick up on them. So the dual streaming is fun. I definitely do like that about the um the new part of StreamYard. That is definitely fun. And I know that some people that have two channels, which I have two channels, but I don't intermingle mine like that, so that's why I don't dual stream them. But um I know some people that have two different channels. When they go live, they'll dual stream both of their channels. So, which is good for them because they're getting. I would think it would kind of be hard, but then good because um your chatters would be having to go back and forth between your channels because they watch both of your channels. So it would kind of be fun, you know, running back and forth. But I guess it still works good for watch hours. I guess. Yeah, yeah, we do have fun. She may be in and out, like in and out of chat tonight. She went, her family usually does something on Saturday night, so they went to do that, and then she's got some other stuff going on, so she may come in and out, but I totally understand that. I get it. Hello, Miss Smith. How are you? Good to see you. That is perfectly fine. Mostly listening. You're good. You're good. So tonight we're going to talk about the Mothman. I thought we would talk about, if you don't know who he is, um, well, I guess people call Mothman because he's a man. I guess everybody just assumed he was a man. But we're going to do an introduction of what he is. I think a lot of people, and I was talking to Miss Smith about this, I think a lot of people get him and the Jersey Devil mixed up. And the Jersey Devil is totally different from the Mothman. But he is winged like the Mothman. Um, and he is kind of got, he's got long legs, and he would kind of put you in the mind of a man, but he is not. He is, the Jersey Devil does not fall along the same lines as the Mothman. The Mothman is like an omen, like to tell you that something's going to happen. He's more like a good cryptic, but the Jersey Devil is not. He's, they say he was born of mutations from a chemical plant of animals. So I don't know. We will look at the Jersey Devil one night, but the Mothman is not like the Jersey Devil. I don't have a guest coming. Mm-mm. Megan may come up, but she said that she might come up, or she might be in and out of chat tonight. So, which is, I know they had stuff to do. So, nope, I don't have anybody coming up. Mm-mm. Um, yeah. Well, he's been more. You may be thinking about the Jersey Devil, but I have got a video that I got that's going to explain the Mothman. I have not heard of him being like bad. I've only heard of him coming around when something, like he was there before the bridge collapsed at Point Pleasant. Um, I've heard of him as being an omen, not so much as being bad. But we're going to look at that. We've got a couple of videos we're going to look at The Jersey Devil, though, he has. I've not heard anything um, good about him. Now, would I not be terrified if I saw the Mothman? Probably, because he's like really huge. Um, but I not have not heard of him taking people away. Now, that doesn't mean that it has not happened just because I have not heard it. But we're going to look at the video and we're going to see because it's kind of like how he came about or the some of the back history of the Mothman. Oh, here we go. Hello. Hold on.
Hey.
Let me fix my thing. There we go. That's better. EMT. Is it EMT or EMIT?
I think it's IT.
Okay.
I say Emmett, but I don't know if I'm right or wrong.
Well, welcome, Emmett, if we're saying it right. Hello. Glad you're here. Welcome, welcome. Absolutely. So we're gonna I do have a video that'll kind of explain him a little bit to help us out. But I have not heard of anything that he was bad doing. Like he's like an omen. Correct. Is that am I oh we're saying it correct. Very good. Very good. Thank you.
Omen.
Glad you're here. Glad you joined us. Yeah. I hate to my name used to get pronounced wrong when I was married the very first time. And so I really hate it. So I don't like to mispronounce people's names. It's not a thing I like to. Oh, I love it. Lovely. Look at your tattoo. Let us see. Beautiful.
I'm
love it.
getting it's free touch-ups. This area really, really hurt, so I keep chickening out. But we're gonna put I didn't know if I wanted pink at first, so we're gonna add the pink in there. Up at the top, it's skin colored.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got the hanging stars and moon, and then I got a little pretty piercing right there. Can you see it?
Yeah, I see it. Yeah.
And then
Man, I can see that would hurt.
Yeah, it doesn't feel great. It takes up to 3 months to heal. So,
well, you don't have a lot of skin right there, right?
No, I don't. No,
that's yeah. You have a lot of skin there. Yeah,
it was definitely a choice.
Yeah, when the Jersey Devil's mother, that's it. Mother Lee's found out she was pregnant with her 13th child. She cried out, "Let it be the devil." There you go. Yep. So the Jersey Devil, he is, as far as I think, I'm pretty sure the Jersey Devil's winged, but I could be wrong.
I've never heard of the Jersey Devil.
Oh yeah, yeah. Now the
I only knew
Mothman,
the Mothman because of the Richard Gere movie when I was a kid.
And you know they a lot of stuff they'll take and they have to make it. You know they can't make him like all nice because then it wouldn't sell, right? So they have to, they have to make him a little, mean or not good but the video that I have, I think kind of just starts out and just kind of explains to you who the Mothman is.
Mm-hmm.
It's from Real History. I forgot to put the description in the link. So if one of Eve or somebody can grab it for me and put their description in the link. I usually put it in there, but I was in a hurry today and I didn't do it. So, where's my thing at? There it is. So I'm going to make it big. But this is from Real History. The name of the channel. And this is the it says terrifying story, but I really have not heard anything terrifying on him, but I could be wrong. Bat-like wings. I knew he did. I knew he had some kind of wings. Yep. Yeah, I knew he did. And I think that's why a lot of times the people get them mixed up because they both have wings. They're both a big winged creature. So, but we're going to go over here and we're going to listen to the Jersey Devil and see, or not the Jersey Devil, sorry, the Mothman. There we go.
Welcome to Point Pleasant, West
And
Virginia.
y'all can hear that
Its
okay?
4,500 residents think of their little mountain village as a paradise. John Denver thought so too. He immortalized the region in his famous song, Take Me Home, Country Roads. Point Pleasant is located where the Ohio and Kanawha rivers meet, in a quiet setting that blends touches of history with still affordable family homes.
What's your background?
Today, Point Pleasant.
Huh?
Oh,
What'd you say?
okay.
What'd you say?
The video disappeared for a minute, or it had your same background on it. I don't know.
Oh, that's weird. I'm telling you. Maybe
It's
the
background
Mothman.
now, though.
Maybe the Mothman doesn't want us talking about it.
is as peaceful a place as its name suggests. But it wasn't always so. In the 1960s, a series of frightening events occur. At first bizarre and disturbing, then suddenly tragic. The story begins when several villagers have close encounters with a semi-human flying creature. Eyewitness accounts put Point Pleasant on the map. It becomes one of the most visited spots in the United States for seekers of paranormal phenomena. It's been over 45 years since the first sighting, but it remains one of the great unexplained mysteries.
We kept the kids in at night. We didn't allow them out.
6 to 7 feet tall, gray in color, large wingspan, 10 to 12 foot wingspan.
7 foot tall with a wingspan of 50 feet with glowing red eyes.
6 feet tall with the big wings and the red.
You notice he gets smaller, then he gets bigger.
It's
6
kind of
feet.
like men coming back from a fishing trip and telling their fishing stories.
He was 6
It was
feet.
this big. Oh, it's this big. Every time you hear the story, the fish got bigger.
Yeah, he's 6 feet. He's 7 feet. He's 8, and that's kind of short. To be honest, I, at least they started out short. Usually it's 12 foot, but that's kind of short for.
I kind of feel like maybe it's possible, like that these things are maybe like aliens.
It's possible. It's totally possible. Yeah. That was Mount Victoria 2013. Since then, I've had many visions. Oh, yeah, the winged one that you were just telling us about. Yeah. Hello.
Hi, Old Tarot 333. Ooh, I like that.
Megan.
What'd you say?
Miss
I hope
Megan.
y'all are doing great. I'm listening while cooking. Oh, what are you cooking? Oh, that's Megan.
Yep, she's cooking supper.
What
That's
are you cooking?
Yeah, what are you cooking, Megan?
Gonna make me hungry, so maybe she shouldn't say. No, but say.
Let's say we want to know. We always want to know what people are cooking when they're in here.
So nosy.
Because Witchy Mama comes in and she cooks some good stuff, and she's always sending me recipes, and I try them too. They're good.
Ooh.
They're good. They're good. They're good. All right, let's see how big this creature gets.
Eyes, because everybody says there's red eyes. Like, you can't miss that detail.
Those eyes, that's what held you. It was just a red. A lot of people says it glowed. I don't know about that. I just know it was a red like you never seen red.
One person thought it was a helicopter. It was so big. Another local guy here, he thought it was an airplane.
Other people described it as looking like a giant moth because it didn't have a head like a human. It was more in and had moth-like wings and so forth.
Other people described it as, being very quick as far as flight. It would appear and then it would disappear.
My papa always said it was just a bird because he used to go out there all the time. But he said he saw something out there, so I'll believe him.
It had a heel like we do, a heel and a long foot out with toes and claws on the end of the toe. It had a neck like we do that holds a round type head. It had a nose like we do, and I saw 2 holes that you breathe out of.
In the mid-1960s, 100 people claimed to have seen the half-man, half-moth with huge glowing red eyes flying around the area. For 2 years.
I have heard the same thing from everybody, though, is the eyes. I have heard that. The red glowing eyes. I've always heard that. So that's one of the things that I've always heard. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that too.
Yeah, I've always heard that. It's so funny though. This one lady that's on here, the one that was describing his feet, she's been in a lot of different documentaries that I've seen about the Mothman. She's been in a lot of them. So she must have been like one of their main witnesses, and her story's more believable than a lot of them, but she's been in a lot of them. Yep. Few health things, but she's getting better. Yeah. 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 All right, let's get back over here.
More and more eyewitnesses come forward. Peaceful Point Pleasant is never the same again.
Well, Point Pleasant, as it is today, is a very simple. It's a simple place. And back in the 60s, it was even more so. You had hardworking Americans, farmers, and people like that. They really didn't take stock into monsters or UFOs or anything like that. They worked long days and hard days, and they were down-to-earth, practical people that went to church on Sundays. This isn't something that they plotted or planned. It's just something that happened, and they couldn't explain it. Even today, all these years later, it's still a mystery.
Some of those Mothman witnesses, became very, they suffered nervous breakdowns and mental issues and things. And totally different people as to what they were beforehand. Over the years, they never could come up with a viable answer as to what happened or what they experienced.
A lot of people in the town getting thought messages, so they said, saying that something was going to happen. Some people were even having physical effects, like their eyes getting swelled up and red and so forth for no particular reason. In fact, I think a lot of people that had up-close encounters of this Mothman creature said that their eyes got inflamed and what have you.
It could have been like an angel of death or an omen, like the personification of an omen coming to warn people that something terrible is going to happen.
Fear begins to grip the people of Point Pleasant. Some believe the creature is an omen, a premonition of catastrophe about to fall on their village and its inhabitants. And soon enough, that's precisely what happens.
When the bridge fell, it actually...
Yeah, this is where everybody talks about what he is. He's an omen. Like, he tells you, you don't want to see him, I guess, because then if you see the Mothman, that means something tragedy is going to happen.
That's okay. That's bad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, like he doesn't like take people or snatch people or, anything like that. It's not like he does that. It's like he warns you that something bad is going to happen. Oh, there's Witchy Mama. I was just talking about her. Talking about you sharing recipes. How good they are. Yes. Yep. Hi, Witchy Mama. Yeah, well, I haven't been live in a while, so I haven't been able to go live. So, yep, glad you got to catch me and all of us on here. Yep. We're talking about the Mothman. The Mothman. Yeah, so this, like they said that they seen him before this bridge. I don't know if you heard about the big bridge collapse, but it killed it'll tell you on here how many people it killed, but they said they seen him right before the bridge collapsed.
How long?
To the right.
They said this from the 60s?
60s or 70s is when this happened.
The bridge collapse? Okay.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
Came back up and then just went down. That is, instead of a collapse like sometimes we see on TV or in pictures, the eyewitnesses said that it actually went to the side, then came back up and went down.
It's late evening, November 15th, 1966. What happens on this night gives birth to one of the most horrific legends ever recorded in American history.
We're two young couples up near the North Power Plant in the TNT area. That was a vacated, desolate area at one time during World War II. That was a ammunitions factory. That's how it got its name, the TNT area. They were driving around up there about 11 o'clock at night. They came across what they thought was a man standing in the road in front of their car.
They noticed something standing next to the plant, which looked like a very large man in dark clothing or a cloak and what have you. And they noticed these two glaring red eyes.
Linda Scarberry was one of the witnesses, said that they were about size of baseballs, about 2 inches apart. And then she noticed wings flapped around on its back. And she said they reminded her of angel's wings. As the car got closer, she said the wings came out, and this creature or being or whatever ran into one of the vacant power plant buildings there called the North Power Plant.
And kind of spooked the ladies, and they picked up speed, and they noticed as they looked behind them that this thing was actually chasing them.
That's when this thing came over top of their car. They were doing 90, 95 miles an hour in this car coming back to town, and intermittently this thing would come over the car, then disappear, come over the car, and it chased them back into the city limits, and then it disappeared.
And they were thoroughly terrified, but they got home.
I have a question.
And told their...
Yep.
I don't know if you know or if they cover this, but were these people making these reports like tested at all for alcohol or drug usage?
I don't know, because they were I don't know when this one's from. I'll have to look how long ago this one was. Let me see. But I know the lady that's on here. This was 3 years ago. This one was made 3 years ago. But I know the older lady. I'll show her to you when she comes back on here. She's been talking about the Mothman forever, and her story has never changed. But a lot of the people that give their story, it never changes. It's kind of like the same thing, but like I think in this video it said the last sighting was like 45 years ago. Which kind of is like, you're kind of like, well, if it was 45 years ago, then is people just not seeing him? Or are they just not in the area? They're not looking for him? Is he not showing himself? That's a long time in between.
It could be too that people saw these, like anyone who comes out and says, oh, I saw aliens or whatever, they get ridiculed, right? And so maybe people are more afraid to talk about it after people did go public, and they probably got trashed for going public, I'm assuming. I guess it wouldn't matter if maybe they had some alcohol or some kind of drugs, because I think that when people are in that frame is more, like, it's, I don't know what you want to call them.
Yeah.
More things will come to people that are, what, does that, am I making sense? I don't know how to say it.
Yeah.
But I am curious if they're sober at the time of telling their original stories.
The one girl, I think she was like really young. I think she was like a teenager, but I'm not sure.
Oh.
I'll show her to you if she comes back on here. It wasn't one in particular. We were just talking. I was just telling them that Megan is cooking, and we were asking Megan what she's cooking. And I said, which your mama's always sending me recipes, and they're always good because I always try them. Yep. Yeah, there's yeah. And they're going to blame it on the Mothman, right? And not chase. Well, you're right. It could be trying to slow them down, and not. Maybe it was trying to run them out of there so they wouldn't get hurt. Maybe it's like, you shouldn't be here. You're going to get hurt. Who knows? No problem, Megan. No problem. Go feed them young'uns, or they'll be yelling at you. Feed us, feed us. And this guy looks like he's sitting on the ground. I know he's sitting in a chair, but he still looks like he's sitting on the ground.
Story. And during this time that started the ball rolling on the whole Mothman legend, as it is, one of America's creepiest urban legends.
Immediately after the two couples saw this thing in the TNT area, they went to the sheriff's department. Now, the sheriff's deputies saw how upset they were. They knew that they weren't making this story up. They sat down and wrote down everything that they encountered. And then the police went up there to investigate. They started running regular patrols. This was on the 15th of November. On the 16th of November, Marcella Bennett and her family actually encountered this thing at a house up in the TNT area.
Marcella's corroborating evidence makes the community take notice, including her family.
I asked my sister what it looked like one day. I said, Marcella, I need to ask you, what does it really look like? Because I was there time after time, but never really got to experience it. And she said, you know what, Carolyn? She said, we were just getting out of the car. We were talking back and forwards over top of the car, not paying a lot of attention, not thinking about anything. And I heard something like, shh, shh, shh. And she said, we turned around and looked, and it was trying to come through the doors, which they drove trucks and tanks and stuff through them doors, and said that the doors wasn't big enough. And I said, well, then how did he get out? And she said he went sideways and came through and flew over top of him. She said, when I looked up and seen them big red eyes, he said, we were out of there. I can't tell you what the rest of it looked like.
You can go right down the line through November. There was all kinds of sightings after that. Then the police department started taking it a little more serious.
The official record of so many sightings marks a turning point. The residents of Point Pleasant start taking the reports seriously. Many believe something is living near the abandoned munitions plant, something beyond curious, a creature that might actually harm them, and it has a name.
The name Mothman was actually given by a news reporter during some of those press conferences in the early days of the Mothman sightings. People always ask, well, how the name Mothman come about? At the time, in the mid-'60s, as a little kid, I used to watch the Batman TV series, but there was also the Batman comic book series. There was a character in that comic book series called Mothman. And because people were describing moth-like wings and red eyes, that name Mothman stuck. Now, a lot of local people still to this day refer to it as the big bird.
That's interesting, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So there's a character in the Batman book, comic strip, that's called the Mothman, and he had red eyes. That's very interesting. That's it. That's it. The butter. Yep.
Ooh, that sounds delicious. Ooh.
Yeah. Yep. That's the one you sent me. Yep.
I love compound butter.
I do too. Pasta and garlic bread today. Yes, that sounds good. I watched the Red Brother movie Across with the Sun for years. Then I witnessed the Blue Brother and Cousins Spear. Have you seen it? I have not. Watch the Red Brother move across the sun for 7. Wow. I have not. What controls humanity will be dissolved? I haven't seen that one either. No. Yeah, I did not realize the comic book had the Mothman in it, but I didn't really read. I mean, I read when I was growing up. I read like the Mad TV comic, which was hilarious to everybody, but I never read, I wasn't a big comic book person. So that's probably why I didn't know the Mothman was in there. But that's very interesting.
Mothman was first spotted. It practically covered all of our news areas. It was in the newspaper, big write-ups, and it was on the radio, TV, word of mouth. Everybody was talking about it. I mean, it was different. It was a piece of something that they had never experienced before. You kept your kids in at night, your little ones. You didn't let them out.
The newspaper account came out of a big, large 6-foot bird with a large wingspan and red eyes were chasing cars in the TNT area, which caused a mass amount of people to head for the TNT area to see this massive bird that was out there chasing cars.
That's how the story grew. Even some of the news channels picked up on it. That's when everybody started coming to Point Pleasant, including John Keel.
The late author, John Keel, really spent a lot of time on this whole thing. He stayed there for several months, I believe, or years, doing research for his work. he took it as premonitions. And I believe that it was 2002 they came out with a film based on his book, The Mothman Prophecies.
John Keel specialized in writing about extraterrestrials and UFOs. The Mothman Prophecies was published in 1975 and chronicles Keel's extensive research and theories about the Mothman. He believed it was a creature from outer space.
Huh? What'd you say?
I'll pop up in a few. I sent you a private chat. I'll be right
Sure. Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay. Oh, that just did not. There we go. All right, let's go back. I find so far in here you'll find where nobody has said anything about taking anybody away or hurting anybody. They said they just keep their kids in at night, which I get it. But you're not hearing like somebody went missing and they're responsible for that. You're hearing like that he was like he would warn you. So I kind of feel like that when he ran them away from the TNT site, maybe they don't need to be up there. Maybe they could get hurt up there, or maybe, anything like that could happen. So far, I don't see him as scary by what they're saying. What do y'all think? Do y'all think do you think so far he might be an omen? Lasagna. Homemade noodles. Oh, homemade ricotta. Will be dissolved. I will declare it from. There you go. That is correct. Me too. Absolutely. Yep. So do y'all think he is just from what you've heard so far, do you think he's more like an omen, a premonition? Is that how y'all are seeing it so far? Computer. Yeah, I think because in the reality of the TNT up there where it was like chemicals and the government had it up there and who knows what was going on in there, there's got to be residual stuff from up there that people don't need to be getting in, or around. It's in the soil, probably in the building. So there's things you probably shouldn't be up there, messing around in and getting it on your clothes or your skin or anything. So I kind of think maybe maybe he lives up there. He don't want you there. He's running you out of his house, he'd run out, don't be around here in my house. And that is a good assumption too, is that he could be an alien. That's very good. I mean, because he seems to be alien-like, disappearing and coming back quickly like that, quick moves like that, and having that kind of energy around him, flying at that speed. So he definitely could be an alien, yeah. Coming to join you for dinner anytime, witchy mama. Ain't that the truth? Yes, please give me a thumbs up. I appreciate y'all. It's so easy. I bet it is better. Anything's better when you home make it, right? Yeah, I would think the TNT bunkers up there would not be a good place to even be hanging out. I know people like to go and explore them. Paranormal people like to go up there and do, EMF readers and all of that, and the spirit boxes and stuff. And it is cool, but you don't know what's up there. You don't, what residual stuff is up there. Oh, boiled eggs in your lasagna. I don't eat ham. I don't eat pork, but boiled eggs, that's different. Mm-hmm.
When the Mothman was here, things that happened, and it was a little different, and people were scared because, you're a little scared of what you don't know. And they didn't communicate with him, didn't know if he was going to hurt anybody. He didn't hurt anybody, but there was an animal killed, but it could have been a coyote. But you didn't know what was going to come up. And people was a little nervous.
During the Mothman sightings here in Point Pleasant, they would not let some of the children out for recess. because the people didn't know what this thing was. They thought if it was a big bird, it could come down and pick up a little kid and take off with them. So that's how paranoid some people were when all this was going on.
It was called The Bird, where a location where a lot of people were seeing the Mothman, known as The Bird, was the North Paraplan, and it was generally known as the birdhouse. I think it was tore down in the early 90s. It was deemed a health hazard.
Yeah,
and
there you go.
then they did tear it down, which is kind of a shame because it would be like a great landmark.
We went up there looking for the Mothman all the time. Don't know what we'd have done if we'd have found him. I wish I could have said, yes, this is what it looks like. But, you know, it was something to do, and you're curious. And we went, but we had carloads. He wasn't going to come out when we were there.
Everybody wants a glimpse of the Mothman, be it human, animal, or alien. There are as many local skeptics as believers, but the urban legend grows. And so do the questions. Where did it come from? And why did it choose the munitions depot? What happens next raises even more serious questions. The people of Point Pleasant, West Virginia are used to seeing peculiar apparitions, but nothing like the mysterious and fearsome Mothman. Soon after it appears, other weird things begin to happen.
During this whole period, in 1966 to 67, people were reporting strange lights in the sky. So we have the UFO connection. That makes it even more stranger than it already is.
There was a lot of UFOs in the area.
There's connection.
Did I believe it? No. But we would be, my sister and I would be going to Buffalo, and we'd come out and look, and there'd be beautiful lights in the sky. And we'd say, well, the UFOs are out tonight. But did I believe it? No, I didn't. And one landed in my brother's backyard. So then I believed it. He said it was the brightest thing he ever seen. And you couldn't even look at it. It was so bright. And it just picked back up and soared back off just like it come in. No sound.
UFOs, Mothman, and strange lights in the night skies over Point Pleasant begin to worry the villagers. Then events take a bizarre twist. This time, it happens in broad daylight.
As soon as people started reporting these Mothman and UFO sightings, people started seeing these so-called men in black.
Oh, Lord, here we go. Here we go. The men in black. You know they got to show up. They got to show up. Must try, yes. Cooking for an army, yeah. Yeah. Of course. Love olive oil. Well, now we have the men in black. They always show up. Men in black always show up. Listen at her. My hubby says hot-tempered, fun size, and mean. But you have good food. That's hilarious. That is hilarious. That sounds like me. I mean, I'm fun size and mean. At least fun size and mean. So now we have the men in black. So do y'all ever wonder, when they tell you the men in black, do you ever think that there's like this place somewhere where they have this group of men and they're all dressed in black and they're just waiting? They're just waiting for like a UFO thing or a Bigfoot sighting or a lizard man sighting or anything like that. What? What, copyright strike? What happened? Did I get struck for using this video? Oh, I must have got struck. Ah. Wow. Now I'm back. Okay. Well, that's weird. Hold on. We'll remove that one. I don't know if that's what. I wonder what happened. What did it say? Because it didn't end my stream here. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird. Maybe I should just take this one down then. And we'll just talk about it. Maybe I said, should I not have said, I have no idea what that means though. I have no idea what that means. Yeah, I have no, I mean, unless it was me showing that video, that's the only thing I can think of. I don't know what else it would be. But why would they let me come back, right? Let me look and see if it gives me a message. Hold on. See if it tells me anything on here. I don't know. Maybe it was an accident. It is strange because usually if they strike you with something, they usually won't let you come back. Yeah, I'll have to go to and I've never gotten a strike before, so I don't even know where to even go to look, to be honest. I'll have to go look afterwards. I just took that one down. I won't share. I won't play that one anymore. Oh. Well, I can always do this. Let me go here. I got that on there. I got that on there already. I already have that on there. I thought I put it on there. Yeah. So basically what I was going to say about the MIM or MIB is, does it make you wonder if they're sitting like, oh, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not monetized anyway. Does it make you wonder if you're sitting in, they're all like sitting and just waiting, like for an alien call to come in or a Sasquatch call to come in or anything that's, the lizard man or anything? Do you wonder if they're all just waiting, for these calls to come in and they just get in their vehicles and go? It's like, okay, we're the cryptid cops. We're just waiting. Get a call and we're going to freak everybody out. I always think that. I always think, oh, here they come. They're like, they're like just waiting. It's usually a strike. Yeah, I'll go look and see. I don't know where to look for it at because I've had this channel for 7 years and I've never gotten a strike, so I don't know. And I have for entertainment purposes only on there. And it's still, and I put that out when I put that in my description, I put it in big letters. So yeah, I guess if they send me something, I'll know. Who knows? Yeah, it could be. It could be. And I was just like talking about what they were talking about. I wasn't like I was taking their stuff. And I've stopped it like 100 times. Right? They better hope they don't get a call, right? Yeah, she always does. She always puts credit in there. Yeah, absolutely. Hello, Miss Megan. I was gone apparently because I guess I was showing the video and they said I had a strike and my channel went, I left and then I came back. So I'm not really sure how that works. I thought usually once they strike you, you got to start over, like start your live all over again, but I don't know. So, but it's fine. I mean, I've never gotten a strike before. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know what happened. So I quit showing the video. I'm like, I'm not gonna, I don't know if it's the video I was showing or I'm not really sure if somebody could have struck my channel just because they wanted to. That could be a thing too. I have no idea. But like I said, I've never been struck before, so it'll be interesting to figure out how to navigate around that. It's okay. It is okay because it wouldn't surprise me the way YouTube has been lately. People are finding it harder to get monetized. People or that are monetized are finding it finding that they're losing their monetization. So I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. You don't know what to do sometimes. You don't know what's right and what's wrong sometimes. Yeah. So they might have their videos set up to automatically catch it. They might. You're right. Seeing I didn't know that. Yeah. Yeah, I wasn't doing any, and I put their stuff in there several times, and I stopped it several times. So you had to update your stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it was. It was credited 3 times in chat. Yep. Right. That's what we're like. If I'm making money, you're making money. So why wouldn't you help me make money so that you can make money? But yeah. This is true. This is true. So I kind of feel a little bit like I feel like when there's things out there that they can't describe, they always pair it with UFOs and stuff. But in this case, it kind of makes me feel like maybe the Mothman could be because he's so quick and he's so the only thing that I see different is they talk about they hear him, how they can hear his wings and stuff. So, but I think all things that we don't know what they are that are in the air are unidentified flying objects, no matter what it is. I think they're UFOs if we don't know what they are. So for me, he could still fall under UFO and not be a UFO. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of things that show up with UFOs. Like they even say Sasquatch shows up with, UFOs are around and Sasquatch is around. So, they say that too. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Was on hold. It had been since 29. So I don't know why they do think. Yeah, I don't either. I don't know. Like the channel that I showed on here, and we watched one of his videos, and I put his stuff in chat and was telling y'all, go and see his channel, because y'all will love his channel and stuff. He know his channel's not here anymore because they demonetized him and he couldn't figure out why, and he kept talking back and forth to them, and I've never had Google or YouTube answer me when I've sent them messages. Never. And I've been writing them for 2 years and I've never had a message to me. And he was having the same thing. And then I think they finally did talk to him, and I think it was just like it was really bad. So he took his channel down altogether. He don't his channel's not even there anymore. And it's sad because he had a great channel. Unidentified at this point. Right? Exactly. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's I think anything in the air is that we don't know what it is and is unidentified, but we automatically put it as an alien, a UFO. And so I think it's real interesting, because technically he is an unidentified flying object. We don't know what he is, right? So a lot of people are sick of YouTube. I can't enable the gift options for lives, and I don't know why. It's all set up right. Yeah, I have no idea what they're doing. And I have a hard time getting monetized anyway, and now they've even made it harder. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, you always do, Eve. Yeah, that's and usually I put it in the description, but today I was just trying to get it set up and I didn't. Alien, because of his heat signature, appears and disappears out of nowhere, and nature takes notice because all nighttime sounds. Yep, you're right. They do all the night, all the birds and the animals and everything. It's quiet. Yep. It's yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And like you said, they may have had it set up to where if you are streaming it or showing it, that it strikes you. But it let me come right back. And I don't know that I didn't even know that I was even gone. I mean, I didn't know until Running Gray Wolf sent me a message. She's like, "Are you're not there?" And then I came back. So I don't know if they that's how they warn you and then you come back. I mean, does your stream start all over? I mean, I don't even know. I mean, I have no idea. So like, did my time start back over again or what? I mean, you know what I mean? I have no idea. So I guess maybe if you're watching it, so Megan, you're talking about I can edit that part out and then so people will know that that the stream didn't stop. Is that what you're talking about? Edit that out so they know that it kept going. I'll have to look. Right? Secret portals. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I know it. In that is so weird. If you're in the forest and it's completely quiet, you better start looking around. TV and and then it just connection and then came back. Oh, yeah. And you didn't even realize it, did you, that the song behind you was going to cause that? Yeah. Okay. So weird. Then all of a sudden you came back. Okay. Probably if I'd have continued to play it, they probably would have took it off altogether. They would have just stopped my stream altogether, probably. That's what I would think, but maybe it's a warning. Yeah, you can edit it out, then it cut it off. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. 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 Hidden portals, they're everywhere. We just okay. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. More of a warning. And you would think that they would let you do that because you're just bringing, because somebody may go back and want to watch the whole thing, without me stopping and talking. And if they do, they can do that. They'll know where to go to watch it. But I guess they don't want you watching their stuff. Yeah, a warning. That's okay. Yep, that's the first one I've ever gotten, but that's all right. It will be okay. I am going to do a reading. I've been talking back and forth with Miss Smith. She's been getting some thumbnails ready for me. So I think I'm going to do this week, I'm going to do a reading on the scientist. What do y'all think about that coming up? Or content, because the song on my TV was, oh, Disney, of course. Of course. It is stupid. Yeah, I mean, I guess they just want you to go there and watch it and not let somebody else talk about it. But, I mean, how would you ever discuss that video? You could never show it. You would have to say, okay, go watch this, but we're going to talk about it here like this, Dumb. Good old YouTube. Yes, scientist sounds good. I'm going to do, I've got I'm going to do like a general, like just about the scientists, just what the energy around them, and just ask a question about that group of scientists, like, why is this, are they all connected to the same thing, or is it just luck of the draw that they all 12 were together, or were they working together? Just kind of get my feel on what I want to ask them. And then I'm going to do some individual readings, like on like some are missing and some are presumably dead or did die. So we're going to do a couple of readings on missing and maybe one on one that died. So we'll see what we get. I told Miss Smith it may turn into a series at the rate this is going. Yeah. And I haven't been watching any of that because I was thinking about doing a video. So I haven't watched. I know a lot of people have done some videos on them, and they've done some research on them, and they put what they found, but I haven't looked at anything. So this will be the first time I've even delved into it a little bit, other than knowing that they're missing. And made their channel. Oh, that's true. YouTube. The Amy lady, her last name starts with a K. I think she's the one that I was thinking about doing one on first. I don't know her name yet. I just seen her picture. And she was the one that I was thinking about doing the reading on first. She's got short black hair. I don't know her name though. But she's got short black hair, and I was thinking about doing it on her first. And then or after I do the the one reading on all of them, the collective reading. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because there's a total. I don't know how a total of them. How many of them are there again? It's quite a few, like 12 or 14 or something like that. Yeah, I haven't been looking, so I don't know if there have been any like spirit box sessions on them or anything. I haven't been paying attention, but I just know that I've seen like it come across the news like there's scientists missing and stuff like that, but I haven't looked into it. She was doing anti-gravity. Very interesting. Astrologers and true crime. Okay. Okay. I know. It was 12 last. Oh, wow. That's a lot. I knew it was more than like 10, but I wasn't sure on the exact amount. 17. Wow. I did not know there was 17. We're going to be busy, ain't we, on that? Busy, busy. That's okay, though. Yeah, I didn't know there was that many. I want to know if they're all connected. That's one of the things I want to ask. Are they all like, were they all connected? Were they all working together? Were they like, like did each one of them have a specific thing that they did, but it all combined into one goal or one, were they all doing one thing to come to the same meet in the middle kind of thing and do the same conclusion of something? Like they needed each one of them to make one thing work. So were they part of the plan? Were they part of the chain? I want to kind of see if they were. Like, did they even know each other? Aliens. See? Yeah, alien studies, NASA. They had to have connected somewhere for some reason. I mean, I did her video. You seen that one, right? She wasn't a scientist, was she? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. I did her, Lynette Hooker's. I did hers theme. Yeah, no, that's we got. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's a lot of people missing that are all like connected by science. Like are they professors? Are they scientists? Are they, botanists? Are they chemists? Are they, are they are they all connected? That's a lot of scientists to be connected, is what I'm trying to say. She wasn't a scientist. I never knew what she did. That Amy's family were all scientists. Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, got you. Yeah, if you haven't, yes, watch Lynette's video. Yes, somebody left me a message, and they said that they kind of knew what I was talking about when I said I feel like she's like, I've never been to the Bahamas, but I feel like she's like off, like a small island off of the main one, but I didn't really know what I was describing because I was just seeing something, but I didn't know if the Bahamas was like that. And she said, yes, you are right. There are places like that in the Bahamas. So I think they should be looking in areas like that because I for some reason I don't feel like he just threw her over in the water and said there it is. I just don't think that's what happened there. Right. That's a good observation. Yeah, it could be married to a scientist if they're trying to control the scientist too, or a kid. That's very true. Yep, very true. But her friends did it believe. Well, if it's her family not questioning if they were all scientists, that doesn't sadly that doesn't surprise me. You know what I mean? Um, but because her family should have been first to do it. But if they're scientists and they know what's going on, it's okay. I've been like that all day. I couldn't speak today. Yeah, I don't think he's I just don't think he just threw her over in the water. I think she's somewhere um where they can get to her. I mean, she will be by the time they get to her, it will be remain skeletal remains, but I just don't think he threw her over in the water, and I don't know why I feel like that, but yeah, not surprising her. Yeah, her family being scientists. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, that could possibly happen too. Yeah, hidden like I don't know what they have over there because I've never been like to the Bahamas, but I just see like a small place like that has trees and water and it's marshy, it's mushy, it's not like I mean, it's like a little island you could get and walk on. Like part of it would be sandy and dry where you could walk on it, but then if you keep walking, it just turns into mush and trees and water and standing water and it just turns into an area like that. It's kind of how I feel like where she and he might have put her there and then moved her, but I don't think he had time to do all that. I just feel like she's in an area like that. Probably somewhere where, and it's uninhabited, so he probably is not worried about her being found because he probably thinks she never will be. Ooh, need a machete. Mm. And they probably had one on that. Was it a sailboat or a yacht? Mangroves. Okay. And like I said, I didn't really know what the area was like over there, but I felt like it was an island off of an island, and I don't even think it justifies as being called an island. I guess any little body of ground or dirt or trees or whatever wooded area would be considered a little island if it's in the middle of water. But I mean, maybe they consider them something. I just keep hearing marsh. Maybe it is mangroves, but I'm hearing. I thought I was hearing marsh groves or an area like that, kind of like that. But yeah, kind of what I'm trying to describe. Yeah, because I really don't have a word for it. I don't know why. I keep saying marsh grows. Maybe it is, like you were saying, maybe they're trying to tell me man and I'm just hearing marsh because all I see because what I see is as a mushy water and like you can walk to it like there's sand and stuff around it and you can walk on the sand but then you start getting into just mushy yucky thick stuff. Okay, they lived on a sailboat. Okay. 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 Well, that's where I feel like she is. I think it would be from what the part that I looked at. I thought, well, that's not. It doesn't look doom and gloom to me. It just looks like a marshy place that if you're going to explore it, it's not really a place you could stay overnight or tent or camp out, but it would be something you could go and look and leave. You know what I mean? Wander around and leave. Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Definitely what I'm seeing. I do too. I was thinking swamp too, but then I was thinking, no, it's not quite a swamp. So I didn't want to use swamp. When I thought about it, I'm like, but it's not quite swamp. Not like the swamp I know, because I'm from Louisiana. So the swamp I look at, that would not be the swamp. So from what I was saying, I didn't want to say swamp because that's not what I was seeing. So that's why I said marsh, kind of like water, mushy kind of stuff. Because for me, a swamp is you don't see the bottom of a swamp. And I could see parts of this, I could see the bottom. And we had to navigate marshes. It was horrible. Yeah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Oh, no, you're good. We've had quite the day. We've been struck and back on, and now we were talking about the Mothman, but the video that I was showing, I think they were warning me not to keep showing it, so I got off. So now we're just chatting now, but we got to see most of it anyway, and got people kind of know what the Mothman is. I'm going to try to find some more stuff I can show that maybe I won't get struck. Yeah. Yeah. Well, for me, it's like if you walk in the swamp here, there is no bottom. So it's like watery. It's got like floating lily pads in it. It's got vines growing out of it, water plants growing out of it. It's got palmettos growing out of it. It's moss floating on the water. I mean, it's not like the swamp isn't like where you can see the bottom. So that's what the thing is about the swamp. You don't know how deep it is. But when it's marshy, like we got a place like an hour from here that we call the marsh, and it's got tall, wispy, wheat-looking or grass growing in it, and green grass growing in it, and you can kind of sort of see the bottom, and you can walk through it, and it's marshy, it's muddy. But for me here, swamps aren't like where you can see the bottom. You're not going to see the bottom here. You're going to see stuff floating on top of the water. You're going to see moss. You're going to see, it's where gators live, or, you're just not going to see the bottom normally in a swamp. It's kind of like a bayou. You're not going to see the bottom of it. Now you may get to where it's low in the swamp and you see the bottom of it, but it's not too often. Yeah. Appalachia Skies is in here. Did you enjoy your camping trip? Was it fun? Right. Bushes growing in water. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. It's here in our swamp. You can't see the bottom. And if you see it, it's probably a drought. It's probably a drought if you see the bottom here. So we just call it marsh. We call it the marsh. If you can see the bottom and it's muddy and nasty, that's what we call it. Yeah. But see, I could see the bottom here. I see the bottom. So for me, that's why I didn't say swamp. Yeah. And that's what I was saying. I don't know the area. So for me, that's the bad thing about describing things is if I don't know the area, And I know what I see. I describe what I think it is, and it may be wrong. And I'm like, well, that may be wrong, but I don't know. I don't know how else to say it. You know, you can see the bottom. Yeah. Yeah. And that's where I can see the bottom of this. So that's why I was like, I can see the bottom, so I'm not going to call it a swamp. And I don't know, do they call it a swamp in the Bahamas? Do they have areas out there that are like the swamp? Yeah, we just can't show the video, right? Oh, you still out in the woods having fun? Good for you. Yeah. Yeah. See all the sea creatures. Yeah. Yes. Yes. I think so. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what I'm seeing, so I have to describe the word I'm seeing something, but the word I'm putting with it probably isn't right because I only know what I see. You know what I mean? So, and I've never been to the Bahamas, so I have no clue. Yes, muddy water. Yes, you can't see that's why I said you cannot see the bottoms. That's why gators love it because they don't know. You don't know they're coming up, and they know that's how they want it. And you too, out in the swamp, we have cedar trees growing, cypress trees growing, and we have the moss that grows on them. And when that stuff falls in the water, there's tangle vines out in the water. So you just don't know, I would not. You better be prepared. If you're going in a swamp, you better be going with somebody that knows what the heck they're doing, because you do not want to get caught in the swamp if you don't know what you're doing. Absolutely not. They're called mangroves. So that's probably that's where I feel she is for the most part. But how many of those little places could be out there, Oh, yeah, and you can't even see them. Yep. They sure do. They sure do. Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. So that was a good reading, though. I connected pretty quick with that one. And I felt like I don't know why, but I felt like she had money. I don't know. I know they were married, but I feel like either she earned the money or she I don't know. I just feel like she either came into the marriage with money. I don't know. Maybe she managed it better. Maybe she was the one that managed the money, but I just feel like she was the one that handled the money stuff. She was the one that was able to. She was the reason they had money, I guess. And I don't think. I kind of feel like they were going to be getting a divorce, and that he was probably going to get the lower end of the stick, because I feel like the money was hers. That very much felt like it was hers. You're right. You're right. Oh, okay. Well, I felt like it was her money. Yeah. Yeah. She was leaving? Okay. And I didn't know anything about her because I just knew her name, and I was going to look up and get her middle name, and I was like, no, you know what? I don't want to do that because then I'll be reading articles on her, and I don't want to do that. So, is Appalachia Skies in here? Is she still in here? If you are Appalachia Skies, tell us what you think about Mothman. Do you think he's an omen? Do you think he is of alien nature? What do you think, if you're in here? She had already bought a ticket to leave, but changed her Monday for some reason. You see, I thought something had happened, because in the video, in my reading, I said that I felt like he talked her into it, like he tricked her or talked her into it, and that she agreed because she was like, well, this is the last time. After this, I'm leaving. So it was kind of like she had he had just talked her into it. He had talked her into going out one more time on the boat. And I felt like she thought it was against her better judgment, but she went anyway because she was leaving, I think. So I don't know if that part, but I felt like she had changed her mind because he had talked her into it. And that's how she ended up out there, because he had talked her into it. Kind of tricked her into it, talked her into it, like, this will be our last sail together or some crap like that. And I also feel like she didn't normally like to leave out that time of the day. So I felt like it was like it wasn't like you wake up and leave at 10 o'clock in the morning. I felt like they left like later in the day, and that's not what she liked either. I feel like she wanted to go out early in the morning and be back docked somewhere or anchored somewhere by a certain time of the day. I don't feel like she liked to go out like late in the evening. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's how I felt about that. Yeah, I think she was just like, you know what, I'm just going to do it and just this and be done with it. But I don't think she really wanted to go. I think he just kind of guilted her into it, and she just kind of said, you know what, if this will make you shut up, we'll go one last time. But I don't think that's really what she wanted to do. I don't think so. No, you're good. Oh, that's okay. No problem. Yeah, I don't remember when I put it out. Let's see. When did I put that reading out? Let me look. 6 days ago, it says. So 6 days ago, I put it out. About a week ago. Yeah, he tricked her somehow. And I think she was I almost felt like he was just aggravating. Like he was just aggravating her. Just like, like a kid is like, come on, do this with me. Come on. Can I have this? Can I have this? You know how kids get like that? And you're just like, fine. If you'll leave me alone, fine. That's how I kind of felt. Yeah, see, I feel like the time of the day they left, that just wasn't a time of the day that she wanted. Like she liked leaving in the morning. Like she wanted to be back by a certain time, I feel like. And I feel like that was just safety measures, right? But for some reason they went later in the day. And I also got addiction, like addicted to something, because I got the devil card. So, and that can mean addiction, addicted to something. Right. He did leave, didn't he? Yep. Yep. Uh oh, gotcha. Okay. I just felt like because I kind of felt like she was the one that like I feel like she was the one that, like, he just blew it. Like he just blew the money. Like he didn't know how to manage money. Like he was kind of like kind of reckless with it. But I felt like she was the one that tried to keep a hold of everything. And I think that was one of the issues. I think she was tired of the money thing. of him not like in the reading. I say she was the one giving all the time and not receiving. Like she gave way more than he gave, is what I felt like. Because I got the Six of Pentacles, but the feeling I got was like that she was doing all the giving, and not receiving a lot in return is what I was getting. Is the soulmate the sailboat? Was that the name of it? Hi, Claudia. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Appalachia Skies her signal must have lost. I was asking her to let us know what she thought about the Mothman, but she hasn't answered, so her connection might be bad. That was the name. Okay. Okay. Oh no. Well, I hope you get to feeling better. I do hope you get to feeling better. Let's see. Oh my goodness, you probably slept a lot then. Probably slept a lot then. Every 2 hours. My goodness, I wouldn't be awake after the first two to take them again the next time. I cannot take those things. I would be out, knocked out. I don't take much medicine anyway, so I would definitely probably be knocked out if I took more than one. Not in. Uh-oh, my thing is stuck. There we go. He paid a captain and a crew member to bring soulmate back to Florida, and Coast Guard snagged it and took it to collect evidence. Really? Is he in jail or anything? Have they arrested him for anything yet? Do they suspect him? Surely they suspect him since they're going over the boat. I know, me too. That's what I was thinking. It wouldn't matter what kind of dose it is. I would be asleep. I would be asleep. So they must suspect him if they not arrested but gathering evidence. So he lives in Florida then, or he is in Florida then. Oh, they won't. Suspicious things and they are not adding up. Okay. Yeah, I kind of got that he was like I feel like he's been keeping stuff from her. Like I almost feel like he was like in trouble, like he had been gambling or something and he owed some money. Um and if they got a divorce, he wouldn't be able to pay that. It's either gambling or money borrowed or something. I feel like he owed something and she was going to have to get him out of it, but I just don't feel like that wasn't going to happen. I mean, she wasn't going to. I don't think she would have helped him if they were married or not. Ties to Michigan and California. Okay. Oh, was he having an affair? Okay. Well, I feel like he owed some money somewhere, and with getting a divorce, that was not going to be good for him. And he wasn't going to get the money, but I don't think she was going to give him the money anyway. And I don't think she was going to leave him with any money. So I kind of feel like she's been like putting stuff back, or she's been doing her homework on something. She's been collecting evidence or doing her homework on something. She's been with the finances, she's been working on something. So I did definitely feel like she had the upper hand in the divorce anyway. So yeah, I definitely think she had the upper hand. Yeah, I really feel like I didn't feel another female or partner of that sort. I definitely felt like he had some money issues. He needed money for something, and she just was not going to give it to him. But what he didn't realize is she wasn't going to give it to him, period. Because I felt like she was tired of giving. She'd been giving, and she was tired of it. She was. Yeah, I think he knew, that once they got a divorce that he wasn't going to get much. I think he kind of knew that anyway. But I feel like, and I said this in my reading, I feel like she changed something, like maybe he had been been the beneficiary for something, and she changed that. And he found out, but I think he found out too late. Because I kind of feel like he found out she changed something, but he didn't know what it was. But I feel like it was something to do with life insurance, and he wasn't going to get anything if something happened to her. So this way, if they were still married, he would inherit her part that was left. But had they got the divorce, he would have only been given what she was going to give him. Plus, he wasn't going to be a part of the insurance, like the life insurance or something. She took him off of something. Yeah, money was a big thing in this. Money was a big, because once they got divorced, she was cutting him off, and I totally feel like she was the one with the money. She was the one that's paid everything. And I feel like he was just kind of reckless with the money. I could be wrong, but that's just what I was getting, what I felt from the readings. Connected to the internet, the dry bags that she went overboard with were located on the boat, and I believe the Apple Watch that she was wearing. The dry bags that she went overboard with were located on the boat, so she didn't go overboard with them. So see, she might have had her Apple Watch in a dry bag, but Yeah, that's odd. Yeah, I feel like she took him off there because she was getting a divorce. So, and I can see that. Why would you leave him on your life insurance policy if you're getting a divorce and, you don't have small children to raise, that could benefit from that. So I really do feel like she had taken him off of something. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like he had some type of I feel gambling, but maybe it's it could be trading. He could be not good at trading or stocks or something, but taking a selfie at the bar and was wearing her pink apple. She was wearing it then. Okay. She went missing. Okay, so they went out on their sailboat April 4th. She went missing April 4th. Well, they have her down as missing April 4th. He didn't report her missing till April 6th of this year. So he said she went overboard during a bad weather, I think is what he said. That's what he said. She went overboard. And he couldn't go in to save her. And he had to swim. He left the sailboat, I think, out in the ocean or something. And he went back in a boat or he had to swim back or something. I didn't get all of it. But he was trying to give a reason why he hadn't why it took him 2 days to report her. I think that's why he was making up. Yeah, they are. Apple Watches, they are. They are to some point. They are. I think after so deep, you can't, they won't be waterproof after that. But yeah, they are for so far. Yep. He lied about what she was wearing. He said she was wearing a black two-piece bikini, and he never mentioned the skirt and top she wore over. Oh. Hey. I'm pretty sure if I didn't say it in this reading, because I want to tell y'all something. When I did this reading, I said through it 3 times. I get very much Natalie Wood vibes. I said that 3 times during my reading. When I went to put that reading up, the very first reading I done of hers, when I went to put that reading up, it was nothing there. There was nothing there. And the thing recorded. It beeped its 3 times. It started recording. I was watching the clock because I try to keep it under a certain minutes, my readings. And I kept saying, this has got Natalie Wood vibes behind it. I feel Natalie Wood vibes from all the lies to she didn't get pushed over, that he did this. I got all of the Natalie Wood vibes. I don't know if I said it in my second video because I was so aggravated. Because the first video, there was nothing there. I had to do the reading all over again because that video was just not there. And I watched it click down. I watched it turn on. I seen the minutes on it. But when I tried to load it, there was nothing there. And I said through the whole thing, this is Natalie Wood vibes. I am getting Natalie Wood vibes all the way through it. So 100%. 100%, Megan. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what happened because I didn't delve that much into it before the reading because I didn't want it to do that. So I don't know what happened, why he took so long to report her. Sailboat was mourned and they took dinghy instead of moving the soulmate. Other people had pictures of the water at the same time and it was calm, not choppy. So he said bad weather, I guess. Mm-hmm. Uh, you talking about Overboard? No, she didn't die on a boat. That was a movie where she went overboard. What was her name? Goldie Hawn. Oh, then was released and did him in. I can't remember. Mm-hmm. And I remember, the girl that was she an actress? And she was out on a boat and she went overboard and drowned, but they found her, but she was an actress. I can't remember her name. This was like in the last 5 or 6 years. I can't remember her name. She was young too. And they were all like suspicious about it because of the day she chose in the middle of the day, and it was odd for her to go out like that, and I can't remember her name. But yeah, I don't remember if I said I don't know if did I, Claudia, did I go back and say, did I say in that video that it was, yes, there you go. Yes. That's the one I'm talking about. Isn't she the one that went over? She went like in the middle of the day, and it's because she has a small child, right? And she went overboard, but they found her. Hey, that happens to me too. That happens to me. Yes, and they had AIS automatic, and I think that's what tripped him up because he went back to the sailboat and it had cameras on board. Well, yeah, I mean, see, and I thought, and he didn't think it through to like he thought it through, but he didn't. Like he thought it through. It was a hasty think it through. Like he planned it, but he didn't know what he was doing. He didn't plan it very well. So her and her son, that's right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, why would you do that why would you turn it off like that? Yeah. It's like the black box for plane, you know. Probably. Like I said, he planned it, but he wasn't very good at it. And I think that she really, really had. She was cutting him off, and I think he owed money somewhere down the line. I really think. So maybe they will go look for her over there. Maybe he'll tattle on himself, and they'll go look for her. Or maybe they will have like I don't know. Do boats have like I mean, maybe they can get GPS off of his phone or get GPS off of like the boats have that? Like how because like in the Chris Watts case, Nicole Kessinger's phone pinged at 6 o'clock in the morning at the Watts house, near the Watts house, and she's never ever been there before. She's never ever went that way before and hasn't since then. Hasn't at all ever. That's the only time she's ever went there. So and her phone pinged there. So, do they have something like that on boats? I don't know. Where they could see where he's been, like where he pinged. Big splash in the area that was mooring coming from their boat during the night. Hmm. He shot off 2 flares, but people only saw one instead of going up to in the area. It was horizontal. If you shot off 2 flares, people would have come to help. Yeah, I would have thought. Hmm. Very interesting. He didn't. So, what was his reason for waiting 2 days to get her to report her missing? So they have her down. Like when I looked it up, they had her down as missing April 4th. So, is that the day she actually went missing? What if it is? Then why did he wait till the 6th? Was he trying to? What was he doing that whole time? Well, I would think you would hear stuff like if you live on your sailboat or yacht or whatever, and it's moored or parked or sitting, at the dock in a slip for the night or something, or just sitting there anchored, I would think you would hear. I wouldn't think those would be so soundproof. I would think you would hear everything around you. I would think it'd be kind of noisy living on a sailboat, I would think. He claimed he only had 1 oar and had to float, but took 9 hours to come ashore in opposite direction. Why couldn't he take his sailboat? Because he only had, was something wrong with his sailboat? Why couldn't he just go back the way he came? Yeah. Claims she went overboard with the key. Oh. Okay. Hmm. Well, I don't feel that's what took him. I feel he was putting her somewhere. That's what took so. And I don't think he gave the correct time of when they left either. I think the timeline is messed up. And I feel like it was I don't know if I said it I can't remember if I said it in the video, but I feel like it was night. Like the moon was up. So why would she have the key in a dry bag? That doesn't make much sense. Right? That's what I'm saying. I don't. Yeah, that was. See, he's not prepared to. He can't even make up good reasons why, right? So they should be very suspicious of him, in my opinion. Yeah. So before I close for the night, we will talk more about the Mothman. I will try to find some more stuff where I won't get struck, or yelled at. Yeah, he tried to create a fake time. Okay. Yeah. 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 Because I really don't think she liked going out at night. I could be wrong, but I really don't think she liked that time of the night sailing. I think she wanted to be docked at that time of the night. Yeah. And the cover of darkness. Yep. So the Mothman, tell me what y'all think. Do y'all think he's a from the little bit we got to watch, do you think he is a bad omen or do you think he is just a warning, like a warning omen to tell you something's going to happen? Ah. Mm-hmm. He's got some splaining to do. He's got some splaining to do. Yeah, I don't feel he's I feel like he's in like he warns you of things that are going to happen. And you know, with anything, if it's not made a big deal of, or it's not expressed enough, or if it's not like um, done in a big way, sometimes we don't believe it. You know, we don't see it. So you definitely don't forget. You definitely wouldn't forget a 6 foot winged man with red eyes, glowing eyes, flying over your vehicle. You definitely would not forget that. Um, and he could be alien like, you know, connected to the aliens and UFOs. He very much could be. Um, that actually could be a thing too. So tomorrow I want to try to I want to do on my true crime channel. We're going to talk more about the Watts. Um, I think I told y'all last week that I've really been watching a lot of Shanann's Facebook videos, and I have been watching other just different perspectives of the Watts case. I've been watching a lot of that stuff. So I've got we're going to watch some more of Nicole's interview. And I've wrote down a bunch of interesting little things that I found along the way that I feel are really interesting. I want to talk a little bit about what Dr. Phil said about Nicole. I won't show his video because God forbid I get struck with that. But we are going to talk about what Dr. Phil thought about her. Because it's very interesting what he thought about her. Yeah. There's so much, there's so much about that, but I've been watching a lot of the Shanann's Facebook things, and I found some things that I particularly missed the first time. And I'm just finding out, I'm like, oh, you know what? I can see this not being true. I can see Chris lying about it. Oh yeah, I know he will. That's why I will not play his stuff, but we can talk about it. We can talk about what he said. I just won't show his stuff. But there was some and it explained some of the stuff. Like one of the things I don't know. Um, like I was watching a video with about you know the lawyer coming forward, and he said, uh, "I talked to Shanann at the hibachi grill, but I didn't know that's who I was talking to until I seen her on TV." And I watched his interview, and I'm like, I don't think he did talk to Shanann. I think he saw her that night, but I don't think she discussed that with him. Um, because nowhere in any of her text messages or any of her communication with Chris or her friends did she talk about a divorce. Nowhere. She was doing right opposite. And he's like, this would have been March, April, or May. But he couldn't remember exactly. But I found that odd too, because it was a very important night for him, because his wife was telling him for the first time that they were expecting their son, their first son, which is odd. Their first son. They were expecting their first son. And she was gonna tell him at this hibachi place, but he can't remember the day that it was. Now, why wouldn't you? That would be important. That would be an important date to remember. And he's like, I can't remember if it was April or May, but I don't think it was May. But it was right after. It was right before the baby moon pictures, and you can't remember that either. So I don't want to go out and say he's lying, but in my opinion, those are dates that I would think you would remember. And it's odd that your wife was telling you at hibachi, and it was your first baby boy. Now, do I think he probably seen Shanann and they happen to be sitting at the same table together? Probably. But she was showing no indication of wanting a divorce. And this was like in April. She was doing everything opposite of that. So I was like, I just don't. I just don't buy it. But that's just me. I think it was a good way to get advertisement. I think it was a good way to just say, hey, yeah, I talked to her. I just think it was an intent. I just don't. I could be wrong, but I don't think it was her. No, I just don't. I just don't think. I just think it's odd how all those things just kind of. Yeah, I would think. Yeah, she canceled the gender reveal, but she wouldn't have been asking in April. Yes, you did make me laugh. You in here trying to embarrass me? Witchy Mama trying to embarrass me. I got your message. I'll send you a message back pretty soon, Witchy Mama. Yeah, I would remember that. I would remember that. Yeah, you did make me laugh, Witchy Mama. Yeah, I mean, that would be something that would be for me, that would be important dates that you would remember. Even if you are a man, I would think if it's you're going to have a baby and it's your first son, which is odd. Because Shanann would be their first son too. It was just odd that it all was working out like that. So I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know, and I don't know that I would go to a hibachi place. Hey, by the way, we're gonna have a new baby. It's gonna be a boy. I mean, I don't know that would be where I'd want to share that, but I mean, hey. People do strange things, I guess. So, but we're going to talk about the Watts tomorrow. I don't know what time. We will have to, I'll have to see, because tomorrow's Memorial Day. I have to see how the day's going. I know we got some stuff in the, I do too, see? Yeah. I mean, maybe you saw her. Maybe she was there with a friend and you saw her. But, I mean, if you can't remember if it's April or May, but it's your first son, which is, and then you still can't remember even, I don't know what baby moon pictures are. I have no idea what baby moon pictures are. And you can't remember when those were either. So do you know when your child was born? So I'm like, I think you just want attention, like for your lawyer business. Could be done. He could smell the heart. Really? Wow. That's interesting. Did he tell you what? I mean, not that I'm trying to be like. I mean, what does it smell? What smell made him? What would it smell like? Why did he? What was different about it? I guess is what I was trying to say. Yeah, I don't think he would talk to Shanann. Why she was asking him? I don't think she would be asking. How would she know he's a lawyer? How would she know that to begin with? How would she know he's a lawyer? Oh, thank you, Witchy Mama. Thank you. I mean, how would she? Hey, by the way, I'm a lawyer. What do you do? I mean, I know at hibachis you sit together at a table. A lot of times there'll be like, I don't know, 10 of you at a table or something, and you share the table and stuff. But I mean, hey, what do you do for a living? I got care what people's. I mean, when I'm out to eat, I'm not going to be, asking people all kinds of questions because I don't want you to expect me any questions. Whole night talking to Shanann, and that's what I'm saying. That is just, I'm like, dude. And then they said, well, why didn't the friend ever come forward? Because it didn't happen. That's probably why. That's probably why. Right. Right. Yes. And I don't know what baby moon pictures are. Do y'all know what baby moon what does he mean by baby moon pictures? I don't know what that means. I mean, there was some pretty important things like your child's birthday would be in there. You would remember big dates like in your life that somebody told you something big. So I was like, but he can't remember if it's April, but I don't think it's May. Megan, I will have to send you that interview if I can find it and let you. Just reading his energy, I was just like, just sitting there listening and reading his energy. I was like, I think you just seen an opportunity to get your voice heard, maybe, some business, but you can't prove that you talked to her. How can you prove that you talked to her? You just say she looks like the one that you seen on TV in April. And this is August. And you're coming forward and saying, oh, yeah, I'll talk to her about. So if she talked to you, then why wouldn't she have come back to you? Why would she ask you a bunch of questions and you give her all of these answers, but then never come back to you to follow up? Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay. But what is Baby Moon Pictures? That's what he said. I'm pretty sure he said pictures. Okay. And you can't remember when that is? Yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Okay. Aw. And maybe he really did. Maybe he really did, I mean, that's why it was very interesting to me when you said that. I was like, "Oh, really? That's just interesting." It just sounded like it would be something to. I would think. I would think. That's why I'm like, and she never, and this is April or May, you can't remember, but she's never been back since then to talk to you at all. Because if you talk to somebody that's willing to give you advice like that for free at a table at a hibachi when you're there with your expectant wife who just announced it was a boy, you're going to spend your half of your time there answering questions for free. And this person is not going to think enough of you to come follow back up with that. So if you really are getting a divorce and that, or you're thinking about it, then you would follow up with that person. You're like, you know what? They gave me some great advice. I think I'm going to go back to them. So April to August is a long time. So if you were really thinking about that, you would have contacted this lawyer again. So I don't think that even happened because I don't think that wasn't all of the text and the messages between her and Chris and her friends did not indicate that. Did not indicate that. So that's why I think that that's not true. Yeah. Like a stretch, but I feel like law enforcement would have questioned him and that sounded like, yeah, it does. I mean, especially, I mean, to be honest, if I asked questions like that and somebody was nice enough to give me those answers, I would have made an appointment with them at some point if I was serious about it to further talk to them about it. Because you're talking about April and this is now August. And you're, oh, yeah, I remember I mean, are you going to honestly remember talking to her after that long time ago? I mean, I think it's BS too. Yes. Right. Yeah, I just don't. And what lawyer is going to sit there and answer those questions when they want you to come in for a consultation? I don't know too many lawyers that are just going to give up information that they people pay them on a daily basis for. Yeah. Mhm. Yep. You're right. Oh, after the baby is born. Okay, because he said something about, he said not too long after that we had baby moon pictures. And I was like, well, normally at 21 weeks, it used to be they could tell you what your gender was. I know things are way different now, but she didn't have no baby like that quick. I mean, within weeks because it would have been premature. So that's why I'm just like, dude, I will send you the interview and you can listen to it, Megan, and you'll see what I mean. Right? this is true. This is true. Yeah, I don't think you would, because he made it sound like it was a lot of questions, like how much it cost and just like, I mean, how many questions would you have for being divorced? I'm a mom with 2 kids and I want to get a divorce in Colorado. I mean, how many questions would you have to ask besides money? How much, besides money, and we know most of the time the moms get custody. So, I mean, I don't know why she would waste her time sitting there asking him all kinds of questions when they're out eating. I don't know. I don't even know what they are. So he's like, it was right before the baby moon pictures. But I mean, if the baby moon pictures are after they're born, then he would have known what I was trying to say earlier was he would have known way before then what the child was. So, I mean, so, oh, okay. Why do they call it that? I mean, is there a reason it's called baby moon? Unless you have it the whole time, then you're kind of screwed. Yeah. But I don't know. I don't feel like, I mean, who's going to remember from April to August that you talked to somebody? I mean, and if you talk to somebody, that did happen to, what would make you think what you have to say is important after all this time? The only thing he did for me in that was, like Megan was saying, it was like he was put there for a reason. Like, he only made Chris look worse, because if she was talking about that in April, that just gave another reason for him to not want her to be around, because he would have to pay, he knows he's going to have to pay child support. So him coming out and saying that, if they were trying to make Shanann look bad, it did opposite. For me, it did opposite. It made Chris look bad, because that just shows even more of a reason why Chris did what he did, because he didn't want to have to pay that. I mean, that's my opinion about that. So if they were trying to make, Shanann look bad, I don't think that's not what happened. Oh, that's okay. Hey, s'more sounds good. It sounds good. You making them outside, or you doing them inside? Yeah, don't get a baby moon, but hopefully get a push present. There you go. Yeah. So I think that just made, in my opinion, that just made Chris look even worse. Not Shanann, but yes, s'mores are good. Yummy, yummy. And now they make the real flat Hershey bars, candy bars, so that they're flatter in between the cracker and they make the flat marshmallows now too, so you can stack them easier. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I can eat one and be good. I can eat one and be good. Yep. That's right. That's right. Yeah, I don't know why. All of a sudden, I've been doing it, for a while now. Whew, I was itching. I don't know why all of a sudden people are starting to talk about it, but yeah, because Chris, it may be because I don't know when his Cellmates book came out. I don't know when that book came out, but of course he talks about of course he blames it on everybody but himself, which initially he had to start it for it to end up this way, but he does blame Nicole Kessinger. He calls her a Jezebel, and I didn't know that he called her that. I just been calling her that because she is. But he actually calls her a Jezebel and says that she led him astray. Okay, Chris. You had to be a willing party. No, it's dark. It's dark here. Yep. It is dark here. Where? Behind me? That behind me is a picture. That's my normal picture that I have behind me. It's probably the way the light's glaring off of it. No, it's dark here. It's 9 o'clock. Yeah, it's a picture. Yep. It's the picture that I've had behind me. Yep. Yep, it's dark here. It's 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock. Yep. All right, everyone. We've had an interesting night. I got in trouble, but I think it's fine. I think it will be perfectly fine. Yeah. Yeah, the windows are, yeah. Yeah. See, it's dark. It's dark outside. Yeah. That's just a picture behind me. Yeah. Oh yeah, you're behind me quite a bit, aren't you? It's 9 o'clock. Was it 7 there? 7 or 8? Oh, my moon. Yeah. It's my I've had that a long time. It's got an amethyst hanging in it. Yeah. Yeah. Seven. Yeah. Still light, but about to get dark. Yep, it is totally dark here. Yep. And we've had a lot of rain. We've had probably 4 inches of rain in the last 3 or 4 days. So it was already cloudy. So yeah. Yep. I love amethyst too. I sleep with one by my bed. Yep. Yep. Exactly. Yep. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing out there. When I came in here, he was out there. It was feeding time, and they were eating their grain because they get grain between 5 and 6 every day, and they're waiting for it. They're lined up at the gate waiting on it. So when I came out here earlier, they were waiting on Will to get out there and give them their grain, and they were waiting impatiently. That was due. He got the flash mark. Yep. He was so excited about them. I know. They make them flat and square. I was like, they make it's easier because you don't have to, mash them down. And they're probably bigger actually than the round marshmallows you used to get to squish down. They're probably bigger. Yes. Happy Memorial Day. Yes. Have a great Memorial Day tomorrow. A safe one. If you're cooking, is anybody cooking? What are y'all cooking? What are y'all cooking if you are cooking? Yeah. Yep. I love my amethyst ring too. My nose is itching all of a sudden. Bring us your food. Yeah. It's 9 there. That's what it is here. Yeah. That's what it is here. Okay. They say new information is being released little by little. I don't know. But the only thing, I don't know when his book came out. If you're talking about Chris Watson, I'm pretty sure you are. I don't know when his roommate, cellmate, when that book came out, but he said he blamed everybody but himself, which, I mean, it is her fault and it is his fault. It is Jezebel's fault and it is his fault. But there's supposed to be some stuff in there, like he actually says what happened. Now, it's not going to get him nowhere. I mean, it's not going to get him out of prison because he's still going to be there. Yeah, they have the flat ones. They look like squares. Yep. Baby back ribs. All right. I'm not cooking tomorrow. Yes, they do. They're a little square. Yeah. Yep. They should be over there with the marshmallows, but like some places are putting like s'more stuff together. So they're putting like the candy bars that are flatter. They're just as long, but they're flatter, the Hershey's, and they're putting the marshmallows and the graham crackers, they're putting it all together. Some places are. Me either, the blue moon. Get your crystals out. Put your crystals out. Make your intentions. Put them under a candle. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They are. You don't have to balance everything together now. It's like everything's flat. Like, it's just like a sandwich. It's just all flat like a sandwich. And you can just eat it like a sandwich. Yeah. I do too now. I got playlists. It's a wonder I got room for more playlists, but I do. I do. Made me want marshmallows, Megan. Yep, there's Miss Eve's channel. Yep, yep. Yeah, you were homemade. Isn't that something? It's like it's sugar and so sugar and condensed, not condensed, confectionate sugar is what I was trying to say. I could be wrong then. I don't want to catch the fire of the. Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're on the shopping list. Shopping, cooking, and clean. That's right. You got to add it to the list. Mm-hmm. Wings and drummies in the. There you go. That way you don't have to cook all day. Use that Instapot. No squishing. Nope. No squishing required. Nope. Not with the new marshmallows. Nope. Good night, Megan. Have a good time with your s'mores. Oh, I think hot cocoa is good anytime, right? Yeah, I know. I know. It's wonderful. All right, everyone. I am going to get off of here for the night and close up the she shed, witch shed out here, my witchy spot, and go. And my nose is itching off. I don't know what happened all of a sudden. But thank y'all for joining me. Thank you for being here when we left and came back real quick. So, but I will put out what time I'm going to go live tomorrow. It's probably going to be about this time tomorrow. So I can get all my stuff done. We have to go put some smoke alarms up in somebody's house tomorrow. So we're going to go do that. And then we're going to go to the cemetery to my relatives that are veterans for World II and World War I veterans, and like my grandpa and my great uncles. We're going to go there and put flags on their graves, and then we'll be back home. So after that, I might need, you're right. I don't know why all of a sudden. But after that, we will be home. It looks easy to make them. It probably isn't that many ingredients either, is it? Probably not. Probably make them and then cut them, I would think. All the lovely hearts. Love you too, Miss Eve. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate everyone for being here. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. Yep. I got both sides of my family. I've got veterans on. So my husband's a veteran, and both sides of my family's veterans. He's got veterans on his side of the family. So we just kind of have a lot of serve family members that serve. So we'll be doing that in the morning. I know the VFW and places like that are supposed to do it, but we just do it automatically for our family. And if I have any flags left, then I walk around and I put them on the graves of a veteran that's in that area if I have any flags left. Cook them in Instapot and pop them under the broiler. Hey, just to crisp the skin. Because the Instapot cooks them quicker, and then you want that crunchiness, right? Yep. That's a good idea. Yep. A little family reunion. Yep. Yeah, I don't think it's supposed to rain, but if it does, we'll put our raincoats on and go with it. Yep. It will be okay. I'm a firefighter. I'm used to getting wet. So we both are. We're used to getting wet. So it will be okay, right? We can always get dry again. And at least it's not cold, so we won't freeze. So there's that. That's good. So, okay, everyone. I love you. Let's see. Are you a chef with your mom or just a foodie? That's a good question. I've never asked her. Oh, my gosh. Because she sends me all kinds of good recipes. And I appreciate it because I make them. I make all of them that she sends me. Yeah, no, not here it ain't. Woo, not here. Thank goodness. We had enough of that in January. We don't want no more. We do not want any more. All right, everyone. Thank y'all for being here. I love all of you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the night. Stay safe. Stay sweet. And I will talk to you later. I appreciate y'all. I love y'all and have a good night.